service of CNC Worldwide.
The Daily is a service of CNC News brought to you by the Greece Chamber of Commerce, providing more than 800 area companies with business solutions since 1984. Carestream Health of Rochester and the Buffalo Bills are announcing a partnership this morning that will help develop better medical imaging technology, helping with earlier detection and monitoring of brain injuries. Carestream has installed its latest brain imaging X-ray scanner at Ralph Wilson Stadium. Team doctors and trainers will have immediate data when they suspect a player has suffered a concussion, or traumatic brain injury, TBI as they're coming to be called. Concussions have become a concern in the NFL because of indications that they can cause degenerative brain conditions years later. Brain scans will help diagnose players who've taken a hit to the head and will also help develop medical standards that indicate if an athlete can return to play after suffering a concussion. Researchers will also gather data on the study of long-term degenerative medical conditions linked to TBI, and that will give the NFL a better handle on how players' health is affected by multiple concussions and how to protect the athletes. Because traumatic brain injury also occurs in car accidents and on battlefields, as well as in sports and just daily life, the data will apply to those cases as well. Governor Andrew Cuomo wrapped up a promotional tour of the Finger Lakes wine region yesterday by unveiling a new TV ad campaign to promote New York wines. The idea came up earlier this year at the state's Wine, Beer, and Spirits Summit to help put more New York wines in restaurants and boost tourism in the wine regions upstate. President Obama will pay a visit to upstate New York next week, but it looks like he will be giving Rochester a pass. The president will be making a bus tour through Pennsylvania and New York. He is expected to stop in Buffalo, Syracuse, Binghamton, and Scranton, Pennsylvania, but not Rochester. Senator Charles Schumer says he would like to see President Obama stop at Rochester, but he confirmed the president will be going to Buffalo instead. And take a look at this slide MSNBC used when talking about the president's tour yesterday. They've got some interesting locations for our upstate cities. Rochester police and a city family are looking for a 16-year-old who was last seen leaving home on Sunday evening. Sterling Williams left Monica Street with some friends. His family believes they were hanging out near the University of Rochester and may have gotten into some kind of trouble before they ran into Genesee Valley Park. Sterling's friends returned home, but he didn't. His family called police Sunday night and filed a missing persons report Monday. Family, friends, and volunteers have searched the park and handed out flyers. Police are investigating. The Gateways Music Festival returns to Rochester on Wednesday for its 20th anniversary season. The four-day event recognizes great classical music performance by African-American musicians. Close to 90 of them from around the nation will attend master classes on Wednesday, then play in concerts and recitals around the city beginning Thursday evening and into the weekend. Performances will take place at the Eastman Theater, at City Hall, and at several area churches. All the performances are free and they're open to the public. The schedules are at gatewaysmusicfestival.org. A Rochester man has been charged with killing two other city men, one earlier this month, one more than 3 years ago. 22-year-old Michael Walton was arraigned Tuesday morning. He is accused of shooting Shamel Warren to death on Fernwood Avenue near Spiegel Park August 3rd. He's also been charged in the murder of Cesar Ostalaza, who was shot to death on Central Park in December of 2009. Another man was shot and wounded in that incident. Canandaigua police are investigating the death of a 54-year-old man in a one-car crash Tuesday afternoon. Police were called to Gibson Street, where they found the wreck and the driver, who was dead at the scene. They identified the victim as Vincent Siriani of Canandaigua, and they're still trying to figure out what happened to him. Firefighters in Gates were rescuing a trapped motorist after a three-way crash on 490 near the Gates Center exit Wednesday morning. The crash was just before 7. It caused a huge traffic snarl for people heading east into the city. The crash involved a pickup truck, a motorcycle, and a car, and that's all we've got so far. Brighton firefighters had to pry a person out of a wrecked car Tuesday afternoon after a collision with a dump truck on Route 441 and Linden Avenue. The victim was taken to the hospital. That accident is under investigation. And there was another crash on 490 near 441 this morning. It caused this backup, and it had the Brighton Fire Department out again. If you like your hockey with a dose of natural cold and ice, you'll enjoy the Frozen Frontier this December at Frontier Field. Rochester's baseball stadium will become a hockey arena for 10 days beginning December 13th. The event will start with an Amerks game, but it will also feature games from the RIT men's and women's teams and Section 5. Tickets go on sale September 21st. To the left of the player window, you'll find links to these and other stories, and at the bottom of the page, links you can use to post news and information directly to us. Next news podcast is As It Happens. Updates are as necessary. I'm Bud Lowell, CNC News.